Now that it's time for sports, it is also time, as you know, for the this is a political season of the year, and so in honor of that, Klaus dressed up in his senator suit tonight, I think. Just pretending, you understand.
And if I'm elected, the Orioles will win every game next year.
We will vote for you.
Yes, unfortunately, well, anyway.
Unfortunately, you're not running.
The Orioles, a new record was set tonight, and we'll talk about that in a moment, by a young man just called up by the Orioles from Rochester, Sammy Stewart, a pitcher. And we'll see some highlights. 7 consecutive strikeouts, which has never been done by a rookie in his Major League debut. But the Birds took 2 in a row from the White Sox to open up the 5-game series, winning the opener 3-0, Palmer's 17th win, then taking the nightcap by a final of 9-3. In the first game, Palmer got himself into a little bit of trouble in the 8th, and with runners at 2nd and 3rd, Stanhouse got the call to come in. Now we pick up the action here with Stanhouse on the mound. Lamar Johnson here hits one by Stanhouse. Billy Smith gets it, throws to Murray at first, and Kessinger, double pumping from 3rd to go home, doesn't get back in time. DeCinces tags him out. There it is again, and Kessinger can't get back. And that is a 4-3-5, one of the strangest double plays. You won't see that very often. Then the final out of the game, off of Stanhouse's leg. Smith throws to Murray for the final out as Bosley hits that one. Stanhouse is all right. His teammates come over and congratulate him. He saves the shutout for Palmer. In the second game now, in the bottom of the first inning, the Orioles jumped on starter Ross Baumgarten, who was also just called up by the White Sox. Here, Dower hits one to right center, a double. That scores Mark Belanger running all the way from first, and can he motor? That puts the Orioles on top 1-0. Sammy Stewart is pitching for the Orioles. Then after DeCinces took second on a single, here Murray sacrifices to right. Now watch Chet Lemon. I mean, he really rifles a shot to home plate. Gets there just about. The catcher drops it, and the runner is safe. Dower safe. 2-0. Then Lee May hits a no-out 2-run homer to left field, his 21st of the year, gives him 70 RBIs, and put the Orioles on top 4-0. And the bottom of the second inning, Eddie Murray then puts 3 more on the Orioles side as he hits his 26th home run of the year to right field. Scoring ahead of him are Doug DeCinces and Mark Belanger. 7-0 lead, and they go on to win at 9-3. But watch now, Sammy Stewart coming up. He just was called up yesterday from Rochester, set the new Major League record. Here it is. Here's the first strikeout. There's the second one, the third one. That was the second inning. Now comes the third inning, another 1. There's 2. And I'll tell you, this guy was firing them. 3. And then in the 4th, the leadoff batter also strikes out. 7 consecutive. The crowd knew he'd set a new Major League record, beating the old one set by 6. Carl Spooner of the old Brooklyn Dodgers in '54 and Pete Rickard of the Los Angeles Dodgers in '62. So what a thrill for the 23-year-old just being called up to set a new Major League record. Elsewhere tonight, Oakland lost, New York Yankees lost, as well as the Milwaukee Brewers. So we pick up a little bit of ground, although it may be a little bit too late. Wade Griffin will start for the Colts tomorrow night, Monday night that is, in Dallas, in place of David Taylor, who's out for the year with an ankle injury. 2 questionable players are Bill Troop and reserve linebacker Mike Woods, and listed as probable wide receiver Mike Ciani and offensive tackle George Coons. Burt Jones, of course, will not play. Kirkland will start. They will leave from BWI Airport Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock if you'd like to see them off. In football tonight, one big game. Penn State had to kick a field goal in the final quarter to beat Temple by a final score of 10-7. 1975 U.S. Open champion Manuel Orantes had to withdraw today. He's had an ankle problem for some time, and it bothered him again today, so he withdrew. Panetta wins by default. Other winners were Ash, Tanner, Vilas, Febach, Gerolaitis in the rain-delayed continued match, as well as Connors also won. For the women, top seed Martina Navratilova will also win it. You got to pick them up in person. Can't get them through the mail. Tracy Austin won. Pam Shriver won. And Chris Everett also just moments ago won her match. In the PGA tournament tonight, Tom Kite and Pertzer lead after the first delayed round of the BC Open. And in Illinois, Sharon Miller and Pat Bradley, 3 shots ahead of Nancy Lopez and Joanne Carner. And at Timonium today, it was 2-6 in the 7th, the 8th exacta 5-4, and the 9th triple 5-4-9, 127.80. Not a big payoff. But too bad. Sammy Stewart will not be able to make it with the Orioles in the World Series.
Well, yes, true. Won't get that World Series paycheck that everybody else will get. Incidentally, if slamming Stewart is for real, the pitching should look very good for next year.
Really.
You know?
Ray Miller's very high on him.